Hello students, let's continue our chapter 3, Movement Towards a New World. The other day we studied about the global threats between the two world wars. In that we realized how the fascism in Italy, Nazism in Germany, militarism in Japan began. We also saw the global depression from 1929 to 1932. Today, we will be studying about the World War II, the factors, which are the reasons or what are the causes for the World War II. The other day when we began, we also were saying that this dictatorship was also the reason, the fascism, Nazism, which also was responsible, and so therefore Italy became responsible for the Second World War, whereas Germany also was responsible for the Second World War. So let's continue. Let's see which are the reasons. The seed for the World War II had been sown in the Treaty of Versailles. Paris peace process had displeased many nations. The events that happened after that led to World War II. So dear children, let's study the factors responsible for World War II. So students, underline over here. See that the seed for the World War II had been sown in the Treaty of Versailles. We have seen how Treaty of Versailles had made some nations feel humiliated or insulted. They felt that they were not paid attention, they were ignored. Especially the example of Italy. We saw it, and that's the reason why the fascism began over there. And this Paris peace process, underline that had displeased many nations. Now, causes of World War II. Which are the causes? Which are the causes for the World War II? In the World War I also, we saw about the fierce nationalism. Let's continue here also. Your first point for the causes are, or the factors responsible is, fierce nationalism. After the First World War, fierce nationalism developed in Germany, Japan and Italy. Make the bracket to these three nations. The nationalism began in Germany, Japan and Italy. We already studied Nazism, fascism and militarism. Don't forget what we have studied, students. Germans could never forget the overcome the Treaty of Versailles. Germans could never forget and overcome the Treaty of Versailles. We saw that how Germany had to give back the provinces to France. Consequently, Hitler captured some provinces of Austria and Czechoslovakia, following his Nazi philosophy that Germans must get all those provinces where Germans were staying. Italy could not forget that it was ignored in the Treaty of Versailles. Under the leadership of the fascist party, Mussolini started this fierce nationalism and adopted imperialist policies. On the other hand, Japan too gave into imperialism, and thus the world peace was in danger. So students, we have seen that Treaty of Versailles, which was responsible, where Italy had felt totally ignored. Though she was in the side of the winning, but she did not get what she wanted. Also, we saw that Hitler captured some provinces of Austria and Czechoslovakia. Underline that. And what he was saying, wherever the Germans are staying, those provinces could or should come under Germany. And so, what he says, following his Nazi philosophy, the Germans must get all those provinces where Germans were staying. Italy we already saw. And then, under the leadership of fascist party, Mussolini started the fierce nationalism and adopted imperialist policies. On the other hand, Japan too gave into imperialism. Even Japan wanted to have imperialistic policies, and that is how the world peace was in danger. So that is the first point which we saw about the fierce nationalism. That is Hitler, then Mussolini, they are feeling for their country, their feelings for their country, and that's how many other people are joining them. That was their love for their own country, fierce nationalism. Now, second point, groupism. What happened under this, the point groupism? Since France was always afraid of Germany after the First World War, it entered into treaty with Belgium, Poland, Romania and Czechoslovakia. Students, please underline that. Since France was afraid of whom? Afraid of Germany. Why? Because in the First World War, Germany had defeated France. France had to give some provinces to Germany. They were captured by Germans. But in the Treaty of Versailles, France gets it back. But students, this was the reason why France was very much afraid of Germany. And they signed a treaty, or they entered a treaty with, underline, Belgium, Poland, Romania and Czechoslovakia. I'll be asking you this question. Italy signed treaty with Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, Romania, Hungary, Greece, Turkey and Austria. Students, when the France is signing treaty with Belgium, Poland, Romania, Czechoslovakia, that is the time Italy also goes and ties the treaty with whom? Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, Romania, Hungary, Greece, Turkey and Austria. Remember these students, the names of the countries. Russia signed treaty with Germany, Turkey, Lithuania and Iran. Lithuania and Iran. So students, Russia is in treaty with Germany, Turkey, Lithuania and Iran. So imagine students, now France is with Belgium, Poland, Romania and Czechoslovakia. Italy is with Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, Romania, Hungary, Greece, Turkey and Australia. Whereas Russia is with whom, students? With Turkey, Lithuania, Iran and Germany. Italy formed the Rome, Berlin, Tokyo Axis group. You have to underline and remember this. Italy formed what, students? Rome, Berlin, Tokyo. That is the Axis group. Remember students, this is the Axis group with the support of Germany and Japan. With the support, now Italy is once again with Germany and Japan. Otherwise also, they were somewhere, they were coming close by having the fierce nationalism for their country. Now, England and France form another group with democratic values. Germany signed a non-aggression treaty with Russia. Germany did not want to agree with Russia. So, Germany signed a non-aggression treaty with Russia. Here we saw that Russia signs a treaty with Germany. Okay? But soon after that, Germany refuses to sign a treaty, refuses to follow what Russia wanted. And so therefore, students, whom do we have right now over here? England and France. They are with a group of democratic values. But Germany doesn't agree to that. Thus, a whole atmosphere of fear spread in the whole world. This factor too gave an impetus to the World War. This was also another reason for the World War. Now, the third point is militarism. What happens in this militarism? Pay attention. On one side, efforts were being made to maintain peace after the First World War. Whereas, on the other side, European nations were competing for ammunition. So students, what happened? On one side, the efforts were being made to maintain peace after World War. You know that how they have started they have formed the League of Nations. They also had gathered together in Paris. Okay? And what? That was a peace process, but which had displeased some of the nations. And so students over here, what happens? European nations were competing for ammunition. What is the meaning of ammunition, students? You need the weapons and many other things for the war. And so students, European nations were getting ready in the competition with the other nations. For example, Japan militarism was increasing. The production of more and more weapons increased in all European nations. War weapons better than the others were being manufactured. Some nations like Germany and Russia began compulsory military training. So see students, now they are giving more and more importance to what? They are giving more and more importance to producing the weapons for war, manufacturing them and spending money on that. Students, on the other hand, we see that after the First World War, there was a lot of problem. Economically, the world was down. Okay, many people were dying of hunger. Many people had lost their job. Many had lost their life. But here what was happening? The competition among the nations for the weapons, ammunitions. And who makes the compulsory training? Russia and Germany. They make the compulsory training, and that is a military training. That the others, everybody should have in their country the military training compulsory. All nations began inducting more men into Navy, Air Force and Army. In the East, Japan increased its military force. Finally, the World War II had been declared, when even England and France tried to equip themselves with war weapons. So students, what happens? You see the reasons how it starts. In the militarism, when they are trying to increase their Navy, Air Force and all. Whereas Japan is increasing now more and more. Already there was a militarism in Japan. The force, okay? And then the World War II had declared. Then what happens when even England and France try to equip themselves? Now they are also getting ready themselves by equipping themselves by having enough and more ammunitions for them. Next is the fourth point. And what is the fourth point, students, which we have been discussing, which we have been talking? And that is the failure of the League of Nations. What happens? Why is League of Nations not able to maintain peace and become a successful? Let's see. In order to establish peace after the First World War, the League of Nations was formed, but neither could it become a supreme organization having sovereignty over other nations of the world, nor did it have its own army to make the nations follow its principles. So see students, what happens? The League of Nations, which was established for the sake of peace after the First World War, but what happens? It is not becoming a supreme organization having power over other nations of the world. It's not able to become a supreme, a powerful organization by having the power and domination over all the other nations of the world. Why? Nor did it have its own army to make the nations follow its principles, the values, what League of Nations wanted. They had a good idea to maintain peace, but somehow they are not able to implement, they are not able to succeed. Member nations were not obliged to take their problems to the League of Nations or to accept the judgment passed. We'll turn the page. So students, before we go to the next page, look here. The member of the nations, they were not forced, they were not obliged to take their problems to the League of Nations. They were free, okay, or to accept the judgment passed by League of Nations. Now, on the next page, just see, many nations had moved out of League of Nations. Many nations came out. They would not agree with League of Nations policy. We saw that they wanted to maintain peace. What they were saying and all. Okay. So we have already studied in the previous chapter. So some nations were not agreeing to what it was. Initially Russia and Germany snapped their ties with the League of Nations. It was Russia and Germany who had started initially in the beginning. They were the ones who had tied their snaps with the League of Nations. Later, Italy and Japan moved out because Italy had captured Abyssinia, Japan had attacked Manchuria, Germany had snatched away some provinces of Czechoslovakia. So after Russia and Germany, what happens? After them, slowly, the other ones, that is Italy and Japan also moves south. Italy had already captured Abyssinia and Japan had attacked Manchuria. They are not following the principles of League of Nations. Germany had snatched away some provinces of Czechoslovakia. See, Germany had already taken some provinces. We saw in the groupism where Czechoslovakia was with the Italy, but now some of the provinces were taken by Germany. Still, the League of Nations could do nothing. After happening all these three things, League of Nations was not able to do anything. The greed for power amongst several nations became stronger in the League of Nations. The greed for power, more and more power. One wanted to be mightier than the the other. They wanted to show their power by militarism or by in a different way. It could not stop groupism. To make the group which we saw it over here, they just could not stop groupism that Italy forming Rome, Berlin, Tokyo Axis group, or Russia signing treaty with Germany, Turkey, Lithuania, Iran. So like this group which we saw it over here just before, in the second point, groupism. So the League of Nations was not able to stop that. This was the biggest failure of the League of Nations. This became the biggest failure for League of Nations. Okay, so you know students why League of Nations was a failure, because it was not able to control over groupism and other powers that they were, ammunitions and all they were making. It could not have it couldn't become a supreme organization having the supremacy over all the other nations. One by one, the nations have started moving out from the League of Nations. Now, see the next point, the fifth point is Treaty of Versailles. We know this is the main cause, Treaty of Versailles. This particular Treaty of Versailles, as we saw, some of the nations had felt that it was unjust policy, it was the unjust treaty which had been made. And we know how Italy, Japan, Germany, what they were feeling. So let's see what is it about. The Treaty of Versailles got its form in the Paris Peace process at the end of the First World War. Make underline to that Paris Peace process. Since Germany was found responsible for the war, it had to pay, underline, 6.5 billion pound as a war fine. Okay, so this was one reason, Treaty of Versailles, why Germany had failed. They had to pay 6.5 billion pound as a war fine. Its Ruhr province was taken away. Rhine River had to be opened for international sea route. See students, the best province was taken away and the another one, that is the Rhine River, had to be opened for what? International sea route. It had to be made as a international sea route. Thus, such an unfair and humiliating treaty was forcibly imposed on Germany. It was very unjust treaty for some nations, and Germany was one of them who had felt it humiliating treaty. The German dictator Adolf Hitler called the Treaty of Versailles as a piece of paper and announced to reject it. What he thought it? He just said it is just a piece of paper. What? I don't believe in this. He must have told that and thrown in the dustbin, saying that what is there? We are not going to follow what is given over there. So that became another reason that was another cause or the factor for the World War II. Let's see now the sixth point. Imperialistic ambition of Adolf Hitler. Once again comes Adolf Hitler. Imperialistic, powerful ambition of Adolf Hitler. What is that? Hitler led the foundation of the Second World War. He had the fierce nationalist and militarist nature. That's why he wished the unity, stability and prosperity of Germany at any cost. He knew what qualities he had and which were the quality students. He had the quality of what? He wished that, first of all, he wished that the unity, stability and prosperity of Germany should be maintained. It should be at any cost, should be brought back. And his nature was how? He had a fierce and nationalist and militarist nature. He knew what he could do. Okay? And so the first victim of imperialism was Austria. Austria became the first victim. Along with German army, he entered Austria on 12th March 1938. On 12th March 1938, Hitler is already in Austria. Why? To capture Austria. But on the very next day, like on the 12th March 1938, Hitler is already in Austria. But on the very next day, what happens? The Munich Convention. Germany had captured Czechoslovakia. Day of the Munich Convention, underline that, Germany had captured Czechoslovakia 1st October 1938. So on 1st October 1938, what happened? Germany had already had taken hold of Czechoslovakia. After that, it had captured Mammal port of Lithuania in March 1939. So what happened? In March 1939, it had captured another port, and that was what? Mammal port of Lithuania. It had gone to another place. Thus a grand German nation was created by Hitler. His imperialist policy was the main cause of the World War II. Hitler's this imperialistic policy, he wanted to spread everywhere, wanted to capture all the other places and become a mighty nation. And so therefore it enters into Austria, it captures Austria. Then we see that when the Munich Convention is going on, and that is the time Germany captures Czechoslovakia. Then it also goes to capture the Mammal port of Lithuania. So this is what makes others angry, and this is another cause for the World War II. Now see the last cause, that is the seventh one. German attack on Poland. German attacks Poland. And immediate cause. What is an immediate cause? The above mentioned causes had made the whole world to sit on a heap of ammunition. See, this all the other reasons, other 6 reasons which we saw, that had made what? All the other world, the nations of the different of the world, different countries, what they had made to sit on the heap of ammunition, meaning they have been collecting many weapons, ammunitions to fight against another country. A small spark could blow up the whole world, and this spark was German attack on the peaceful Poland. So what does German do? It attacks on the peaceful Poland when September 1st, 1939 early morning. When Poland did not even know anything, Germany goes to attack Poland. And it was on 1st September 1939 early in the morning. Thus, World War II had begun. Already by Germany's this act of attacking Poland made the World War begin. Okay? Britain and France warned Germany to stop the war immediately, but Germany ignored the warning. Britain and France. See, students, these are the mighty nations: Germany, France, Russia, Britain. And so, who tells Germany to stop? Britain and France, they are telling to stop, but Germany doesn't listen. Hence, Britain and France plunge into this war. Consequently, the war spread in the entire world. Since Germany did not listen, this Britain and France, they also entered into this war, and that is how the war started. So see students, these are the 7 factors, 7 causes which are responsible for the World War II. And we have studied now, and which are the 7? Fierce nationalism, groupism, militarism, failure of the League of Nations, Treaty of Versailles, imperialistic ambition of Adolf Hitler, Germans' attack on Poland. These are the 7 reasons, factors. You have to learn them by heart. I am going to show you the board work now. Questions. Have a look at the board, students. There are 10 questions which you know now very well. You have to learn them by heart. Please write this in your fair book.